Episode number 968, Your Connection Team.
You're listening to the official BNI podcast with BNI founder and Chief Visionary Officer, Dr. Ivan Misner. Stay tuned for networking and referral marketing tips from the man who's been called the father of modern networking, along with suggestions and insights into getting the most from your membership in the world's largest networking organization, BNI.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the official BNI podcast. I'm Priscilla Rice, and I'm coming to you from Live Oak Recording Studio in Berkeley, California, and I'm joined on the phone today by Spencer Reynolds, who's standing in today as a guest host for Dr. Misner, and he will be joining us from time to time. Hello, Spencer. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Priscilla. How are you today?
I'm great. And how about you?
I'm fantastic. I'm so excited to be here with you. We're going to talk about something that I think has evolved over time and has become more important now than ever before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really about, in the past, we used to think of, I don't know. I've been around about 20 years. So I think we had a lot of conversation in the past about sales and having a sales team and doing a sales manager minute. And things have evolved in BNI as we've all gotten to know the world that we live in today. And I really think that we need to start thinking about it differently. And that is our connection team. So, BNI's global referral philosophy has always been around relationships and credibility and introductions and not really closing the sale for each other. So I think a lot of members secretly think that, why isn't my chapter sending me business? Or why aren't they selling for me? Or why am I not getting referrals? The answer to that's often because they were never supposed to become your unpaid sales force. Instead, their focus should be opening doors. They transfer trust to people. They can identify opportunities for us, and then they get in conversations where they can connect us. They help us create that visibility that we really need. And they position you in rooms that you can't be in because you're not even in the room. That mindset, it shifts everything, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, the core concept of a sales team versus a connection team, if you really think about it, a sales team is talking about scripts. They handle objections and overcoming them. They close deals. They follow pipelines. They negotiate pricing. And I've been in the real estate world and been into a lot of those types of sales meetings where we focus on that. The difference in this one is really when you have a connection team, you're listening for opportunities, right? You're getting that introduction of like, well, if I hear this, now I can recognize the problem that people are having. And then I can make that introduction to them. It really does that transference of credibility, which I think is one of the most important parts of having our referral partners in BNI. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that trust creates a bridge. It expands the visibility that we have with people, and it gets us, and I always say people are talking behind your back, but they're talking in a good way, right? They're talking where you can't be. They're behind your back. They're doing things. And it's much easier for members to understand and actually execute consistently when they think about the fact that I'm here to make a connection for you. I think it lowers the expectation that some of us have, because if we're like, oh, I have to pass them this perfect referral and actually sell the deal for them and get them so they're ready to buy, that's not what we're here for. I mean, what is your experience inside of that, Priscilla?
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. It's a wonderful way to meet other people, and you want to help them because you're in BNI, and that's the main concept in BNI.
Yeah, exactly.
Givers gain.
We're here to gain. We're good, but we have to give, right? That's the connection that we're doing there. So authentic introductions they'll outperform forced sales pitches every time, right? Having a good conversation. You and I, Priscilla, are out to lunch. We're talking about something, and something comes up in the conversation. When I then say, oh, and you should meet my friend, and I introduce you to that friend, it's so like that to me is such a great opportunity to connect. It's not about, oh, I've got to position you to have that person sell you. No, I want you to meet them so that you can see if they're the right person that you want to do business with. And if they're the right person that they want to do business with you, that's really what we're doing, right? We're connecting people, giving them opportunity, not closing the deal.
Yes, you're so right.
Yeah. So, and I really think that this can improve our chapter culture when we get it. When we have the whole group of us that are all thinking the same way together. I've gone into chapters where I've seen some some long-term members, older members that have been around for a while, and they kind of have this thought sometimes where it's like, I want to do my sales manager minute. I want to get up and really tell people how they can sell me. And I'm like, wait. Let's bring it back. Let's really look at the opportunity of your chapters, not your sales team, but they are your connection team. And when you do that, it takes so much of the angst out of it for the members, especially new members. What do you think how do you think that works with our new members, especially, Priscilla?
Yeah, they don't want to be pushy.
Mm-mm.
And so if you present it as a connection that you're going to help them make, it's completely different.
Yes. It strengthens your position as a member. It strengthens your position as a referral partner with that person, because now they're saying, you need to meet my friend. Right. And I love this line by Jeffrey Gitomer. And in his book, The Sales Bible, he talks about the fact that all things being equal, people will do business with their friends. And he follows it right up by saying, all things not being equal, people will still do business with their friends. And so we want to be their friends, right? We've got to position ourselves to do the connection, because we're introducing our friends to some of our other friends. Sometimes they're people we may not know and have a deep relationship with, but having the ability to say, I have comfort. That's why we have our referrals and testimonials in BNI. We want to hear what other people are talking about. We want to hear the way that they've done business with them, so that we have multiple ways to bring that ability to say, hey, this is somebody you need to meet because they do exactly what you're talking about. Would you like to be introduced to them? And, I think that connection as well is something that's evolved over time. What is your favorite way right now, Priscilla, when somebody's going to connect you and you ask for a referral in your BNI chapter? What is the way that you like to be connected? Is that a phone call, a text message, an email? What's your favorite?
My favorite. I don't really have a favorite. Any of those ways works for me.
Yeah. That's great. So here's the thing. A lot of people, they have a main method that works for them. Other people, right? They may not, I'm one of those where I'm not a major email person. I actually have somebody who deals with my email most often and hands me the ones that I actually need to do. And so I have a specific inbox they bring them over to. And so I can do that. So email is not my best method. And phone calls, I'm phenomenal on. But the reality is I'm kind of hard to catch at times because I'm in between meetings. I'm going to different groups. I'm doing different meetings all over the place and doing trainings in the afternoons. So I'm not the easiest person to get a hold of. But a text message or a WhatsApp message in particular for me, now I know I can respond to. And it's been interesting as I do trainings around, I ask that question for people that raise their hand. And I say, what is your best connection method? And it has changed dramatically over the last 15 years. It used to be so many people wanted emails. And I think we've gotten too emailed out.
I think the problem is I get hundreds of emails.
Exactly.
And trying to sort through the ones that are really important, even though it seems like they're trying to make that happen, but, in my email program, but it just doesn't work that well. So once you have so many, you're in trouble.
Volume is it keeps getting more and more, it seems today. So it's harder and harder to get their attention that way. And so as I ask now, the thing I get hands raised about 90% of the time, which blows my mind, not text messages is the way. And if you listen to marketing podcasts or you listen to, read articles out there on ways to get in touch with people in the marketing world, like, I don't know the number exactly, but it's something in the high 90% range of people will respond or look at their texts very quickly compared to email. And that's a really powerful thing to think through. So if you're asking for the connection, make sure you're also clearly communicating how to connect you. What is the right connection method for you? Because if you are a phone call person or you are a text message, or if you still like email is your best way, you just need to really instruct your referral partners so that they know the right way to connect you, because this connection team, you want it to happen as quickly as you possibly can. That's why I tell people all the time, turn your notifications for the BNI Connect app on. It may not be all your apps, and I know a lot of people who turn notifications off for just about everything because they don't want to be bothered. But this is one where it's a speed, right? When you get a referral, you want to respond. So if that's not the method you do, then what is your method? And knowing that and teaching all of us as your referral partners in your chapter, how can I connect with you the best way so that I can get the response the best way? And I think a lot of it comes down to having a 3-way text is such a simple way to really engage people.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's what we teach in our member success program a lot now is, do you have the right message that you can send to a member that then they can then send it to others when they ask for a referral connection? Because I don't know the right words to introduce you, Priscilla, but you know exactly the right thing to say so that somebody will want to talk to you. So if you give me those words, now I can give your words out as though they're mine in a very easy way.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
The one thing I do sometimes do, which is I send out a text, but the text is alerting them that I just wrote them a longer email. And that seems to work.
That's really good, because if you do get that, then you will go in and look at that. That's the way to get somebody's attention. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I really think that, changing our culture, changing our mindset around the idea of the people here are here to sell me compared to the people here are here to give me introductions and to connect me with other people can really make a big difference overall for all of our experiences in BNI and in our chapters.
Right. Well, that's great. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, I really do think having an opportunity to get your words, and with AI today, it's so easy to get a succinct paragraph that you can send to every member of your chapter that they can look up, and then they can click on that, copy it, and forward it out to anybody that they want to send a message to, is probably one of the most usable tools you could ever do right now in today's day and age.
Great idea. Well, do you think that's it?
I think that's it. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, great. This podcast is sponsored by MeisnerAudioprograms.com. These audio programs will provide you with the tools and the inspiration to powerfully enhance your BNI experience. So check out the great material that's available to you at MeisnerAudioprograms.com, and then use the promo code IVAN50 for 50% off of everything. All of the proceeds go to the BNI Foundation. Thank you so much for listening. This is Priscilla Rice, and we look forward to having you join us again next week for another exciting episode of the official BNI podcast.